Good evening. How's everybody today? Well, another hot day in paradise. This morning I finished the we'll call it a seat, and I took it to a friend's house and installed it, and I'll put a picture right here for you to see. I think it's quite cool actually, because it looks a bit like you know, I like boudoir photography. So it looks like something you might find in somebody's house at that period or style. So it's kind of cool. I liked it a lot. And guess what? I made it out of all scrap wood. Actually, I bought 2 legs and never used them. And so I cut one in half. And then I had a spare piece of plywood and some spare pieces of wood. And the back actually comes from a top from a table. So really cool. Anyway, I think it looks good for free. So let's have a look at this. My little garden. Looking good today. I like this garden. I don't know why. I like it a lot. The big old leaves. And everybody's getting a drink. I water this every day, but water the rest of the garden every other day, unless it's like baking hot, and then I'll boil it. Water it. Look at this, my little friend here. You follow me again? Huh? You follow me around the garden again? Oh yeah? What are you doing? He needs to fight all the time. Beautiful day again. You know, one of the reasons I moved to Thailand is to create a paradise, Kev-in-Thailand, right? So I live in Thailand, and what's the point of it? The point is to create what is paradise to you and create that. And that's what I've done here. I have a small house, you know, a couple of rai of property, and I think every spare inch of property I have, I want something to be growing. You know, something that that I can eat, that's healthy, right? And so look at this. I don't actually know what these are, but there's some form of fruit tree. There's one there, one little one there, and there's another one around the back. So how do I get those trees? Well, I buy fruit from the market, I eat the fruit, and then I never throw anything in the garbage, throw it away. What I do is I keep it in a little pot in the kitchen, and the next morning I take it outside and throw it on one of the plants, and then the little tree starts to grow in time, and then I transport it to somewhere else, move it. So I've got these guys producing fruit, and I got about 5 more plants, orange trees, lemon trees. I forget all the other, long gone, the hairy fruit. I think the only one I don't have is the snake fruit. I'm not that keen on them anyway. But this one here, this was actually a gift from a yoga man, the guy who helped work on my workshop. This was a gift. You can see it looks pretty good. And that's it's like, I forget the name of it. It's smaller than a kiwi, but similar skin, a little bit darker maybe, and inside coffee color and tastes like cinnamon. Very nice tasting. It's got a pip in it, and so that's that tree. So that's paradise. Mango, I got a mango about half the size of a golf ball now coming around the back, so everything's growing. Bananas, papaya still growing, so everything's doing well. So I wanted to talk about something. You know, you've seen some of my other blogs, talks, whatever. I've talked about why we're here on this earth, how come people are so nasty. And you know, I haven't traveled much, but last week I went to Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai. I went up there to watch noisy. I went up there to do some video of hot air balloons. I didn't know much, I don't know anything, well, I know a little bit more about hot air balloons, but you know, I don't know much about it. I know that each burner produces 12 million BTUs of heat to lift the balloon off the ground. What? Noisy? Whew. So anyway, I went up there and I recorded. I was out there like at 4:30 in the morning. I left my hotel to get there before light, so they watch them prepare and lift off at dawn, then in the afternoon and the evening. Anyway, I just happened to be up there the same time that Graham Briar is his name, but Graham and Pie, and Graham's an English guy, moved here from England obviously, and lives up there in, you know, Chiang Rai area, right on the, well, 500 meters from the Mekong River. Beautiful place, you know, you can see the mountains off in the distance. And he was a YouTuber, you know, same as me. And I think, I don't know, I'd never met the guy, but you know, I'm sure if I, you know, got to know him or knew he was there, I would have gone and visit him, you know, because he's doing the same thing I'm doing. I mean, his Pie's family have rice fields and fish and everything else, and they're trying to scratch a living, just like everybody else here, you know. The farmer who lives across the way, he has he rents, this isn't his ground, he rents the ground and he plants rice. You know, it takes like 3 months basically. I think he has about 3 or 4 crops a year depending. You know, you can see it over here. It's getting ready to, it's ripening up now, ready to be harvested again. Probably a couple more weeks yet though. Has to look a bit more dry. But you know, he can make some money out of this, you know, if he's clever. And he's got this, all this area, and then he's rented some more down there and some over there. And people are just trying to make a living. You know, there are rich people in Thailand. You know, maybe somebody who owns the mill where the grain goes to be dried and processed and so on. You know, and you know, big business owners in Bangkok. But 90%, 95% of the people in Thailand are not rich. You know, they're making a living. But you know, for me, I moved here 3 years ago, and the police used to drive by. They don't do it anymore, but they used to drive by like once a day, and I used to wave to them. They waved. One of the guys spoke English, so they'd get out and talk. They always wanted to have their picture taken and just chat, and they were friendly. But one of the things they said was, make sure you get fences and make sure you get dogs, or somebody will steal your stuff. You know, I've made mistakes and left doors open and left things laying around. And I have a hedge, but there's no, you know, you can walk in here and you can open that gate, and I don't have a fence on the other gate on the other doorway. Nobody's ever stole anything. So they don't have much, but they never steal, never. In the city, maybe different, but here in the countryside, why? Because people know if you steal, karma will say, something will get stolen from you, or you'll lose something, or it will break. So it's just something that people don't do. Anyway, my point, Graham lived with Pie and her family in wherever the name of the town is, and he got sick, had to go for an operation, couldn't afford the insurance to pay for the operation, and he passed. And people are just like super nasty. I don't get that. You know, I moved here to get away. I can live in America or in England if I want, because I have parents from each country. But I lived in America. I lived in North Carolina. I had a house. I bought it, ran down. I fixed it all up. It was really nice. My ex decided to have extramarital affairs, so I left. But I wasn't worried about leaving, and I didn't leave just because of that. I left for many reasons, and one was the racial stuff that was going on. I knew some black people, and they were nice, but majority of the ones I knew were mean. Always having, and not just the white people were also mean. So I said, I'm not staying, I'm leaving, and I left. And I left England many years before that. Why? For the same reason. There's just nasty people everywhere. So I don't know why. I think because the economy's bad, and you know, people are down and feeling down for themselves, so they dump on everybody, you know. And it seems to be the same everywhere. So I moved to Thailand. I thought I can live here on my pension and live, you know, not rich, but I can live well. I can eat nice food. You know, I don't go out eat. I buy local food, and I buy local vegetables and fruits. And I eat, you know, I try to eat more vegetable and fruits than anything. But I can live here easy. And when I lived in Ayutthaya, which is like 30-40 minutes from here, you know, I'd go to the big mall or a couple malls, and I go in and I see them walking in the street, Falang, foreigners from different countries. And when I first got here, I'd smile and say good morning, good afternoon. And you know what, 99% of the time, I would say smile and say hi, and they'd walk off. Like, dude, you're not from this country. You're from a foreign country, another country. I'm trying to be nice to you, say good morning, and you can't even smile. So I don't know why that is. I think the reason why is they're here for a reason that they don't really want to be acknowledged for. You know, so maybe they don't want to be seen. Maybe they don't want people to know they're here, and they just want to keep a low profile. But that's okay. But not all of the ones I've met are like that, are doing that. And it's like, I think I met one guy from Australia who was also here and has a baby with a Thai lady. I met them one day in Amazon in one of the malls, and I just happened to, they had a little kid, and I smiled and said hi, and they said hi back, and then we talked a little bit. But he doesn't live here. He works, you know, he lives here for a while and works away, so I guess he didn't want me to get too close because he's worried that I was going to steal his wife or something. I don't know. But I think I can count on my hand how many times, you know, if I've met 200, 300 foreign guys here, I think I can count on my hand how many have been friendly. I can say at least 3, I think. And the rest don't want to talk. Interesting, huh? But yeah, I went to, as I said, I went to Chiang Rai, and I met some really nice Thai people. You know, down, sorry for keep scratching, it's hot. I get a little bit sweaty. And the sun's just going down, but it's still warm. So, I went to a hotel. I asked for where I could go get some food. They said, come in, sit down, we'll make you an omelet and some vegetables. So I said, okay. And then, see a Thai person go by. I don't even know who he is, smiling, so I waved. So, they said, sit down, we'll make you some vegetables and an omelet. I said, that'll do. I'm tired. I'd been driving for like 5 hours. And guess what happened? The owner of the hotel was there with his family and invited me to sit at their table. And here's a picture. Ready? Me with the big belly. And they were having a Chinese New Year meal with their staff and said, sit down and eat with us. And I even asked me if I wanted a beer. I didn't. But they gave me a strawberry smoothie. So I had a strawberry smoothie and some water and their beautiful food. It was really tasty. Didn't ask for any money. Just said thank you. And seen them the next morning. Said have a safe journey and so on. And so many others I met while I was traveling. It's amazing. But I happened to be in Chiang Rai area the same time as Graham was sick. I don't know, I think I was back when he passed. But I just can't get over how people can be so nasty. I really can't get it. Yeah, I've seen one guy make a vlog about Graham and Pai in up north. And his name is Foreigner to Be. His name's Joe. He's just started off. But I thought, you know, listen to what he had to say, and I thought, really nice what he had to say. Why don't people just leave each other alone? But how about this? How about if they don't leave each other alone and go to help each other? You know, if you monetize, you know, all these people who, including myself, we monetize our videos for what reason? To make a little bit of extra pennies if somebody clicks on one of the advertisements. You know, last year in December I made a good chunk of some pennies there. But then on January 31st, almost at midnight, I watched my views go from like 30, it was averaging like 30-some thousand, sorry, 15,000 a day every 48 hours, 15,000 a day. In 3 hours it went to like 300. And it hasn't done much better than that since January and now almost end of February. So you make about $100. Nothing to get too excited about, but it's more than some people have happened. Here's a pineapple. Look at this. So how did they start? They started, I buy a pineapple and cut the top off, stick it in water, leave it for a few days, and then stick it on top of some dirt in a pot. And look what happens. So that's what a pineapple looks like when it starts to grow. This is definitely a cactus. You touch that there, not that one, oop, that one. It's got some really sharp teeth on it. So it's a cactus growing a fruit. And there's a baby pineapple. About the size of an average lady's fist. Small lady's fist, maybe. Okay, so let me sign off. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Foreigner to Be, Joe, in Italy. I listened to that one blog, and I really like that guy. I think he's got a sound heart, and he had good advice. Leave Graham and Pi, well, Pi now, leave her alone. If people want to send something, let them send something. And like he said, you're not the YouTube police. Leave people alone. Okay guys, I'll sign off. I'm gonna go get another shower now. I'm all hot and sweaty again. Just before I go, I want to show you one more thing. Look at this. Glimflower. Sorry, frangipani. Whew, smells beautiful. What do you think? Pretty? Beautiful smell. Whew. Like a beautiful perfume. Okay, so I'll sign off now and go get another shower. All the best, guys. Look after yourselves. Oh, and like everybody else says, let me say this. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Good comments. All the best. Look after yourselves. Bye.